I don't care about living longer, but I do care about living better right now. Outliving your friends and family, loved ones, I'm not sure that's a great thing in the end. But enjoying yourself and them now, that's priceless. For me, longevity means more energy, clearer thinking, capable, strong body, confidence today. Because truth is, you don't even know what the future looks like, especially when AI is about to change everything. By the way, if we haven't met and you haven't seen my other videos, I'm Phil. I'm 50 years old and I've spent over 31 years coaching people to perform, recover, and actually feel good in their bodies, not just look good or lose weight. I can tell you with absolute certainty, most people are doing longevity and for that matter, fat loss, wrong. Aiming for targets that cause more pain than actual benefits. You've felt it. Low energy in the afternoon, brain fog, tight joints, stress which can't switch off, but you're doing all the right things. Going to the gym, watching your calories, trying to stay consistent, and still you don't feel as good as you should. That's frustrating, and it's not your fault. You've just been given the wrong priorities and the wrong targets. This is the part most people don't want to hear. You've been sold the wrong version of health. Too many coaches are focusing on the wrong things. Too many gurus, scientists, doctors, researchers are setting you the wrong targets. Too many influencers are sensationalizing all of those targets just for clicks. Let's start with nutrition. Counting calories. Everyone is obsessed with calories. Just eat less and you'll lose weight. Technically, this is correct, but practically, it's a disaster. I hear all these coaches and online influencers saying you can lose weight and still eat your favorite low quality, ultra processed junk food. Just swap this piece of junk fake food with this lower calorie piece of junk fake food. Or swap this piece of junk fake food with this lower calorie piece of junk fake food. Or swap this piece of junk fake food with this lower calorie piece of junk fake food. The sooner you face the fact that feeling good is the real result you want, you're not going to achieve that by eating shit quality food. Plain and simple. Long-term fat loss is more about upgrading your food quality and elevating your nutrition consciousness. Fat loss should never sacrifice health, and it should always satisfy hunger, boost energy, and eliminate cravings. Those are the three measurements you base a great diet on. You can eat low calorie and still destroy your body. When I see coaches saying you can eat processed foods to lose weight, it's a scam to get you into their programs. Because once you're into their program, you'll be meal prepping whole foods. I saw this exact thing last month with a coach in my local area. He promoted KFC on calorie content, yet his transformation program was all whole foods, prepared and cooked himself. It's a scam statement. McDonald's, KFC, any ultra-processed food. You can meet low-calorie targets by eating that, but you're gonna feel hungry all the time. Your brain's gonna feel slow, your energy's gonna crash, and your cravings are gonna go through the roof while you destroy your metabolism. But hey, you'll lose weight for a short while. This calorie-only message is insane. I don't know anyone who ate like that, high processed food, and kept the weight off or had good energy and felt amazing. So what happens? All the weight goes straight back on once you come off the low calorie restrictions. So what actually matters? What you really need is nutrient-dense food, proper hydration, and low exposure to chemicals, plastics, and toxins. Here's another truth. Protein is very important, but I feel it's getting too overhyped now, like the current creatine craze. And that's another whole video. But if you ate real food consistently, you wouldn't need to obsess over protein or anything else. You wouldn't need to obsess at all. Now let's talk about something even worse. The heavy lifting scam. There is a problem with the heavy lifting culture. Lift heavier, push harder, go all out. Sounds good and makes sense. But for true longevity, this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Yes, being strong matters, but excessive loading, that comes at a cost, at a high risk of wearing joints out, injuries, and chronic pain. Look at ex-athletes in their 40s, still young, but their bodies are already broken, and they've got another 40 plus years to live like that. Here's the truth no one tells you. Avoiding injuries after 40 is the important aspect of exercise, because once you're injured, it takes longer to recover, and the time out results in muscle and fitness losses that are hard to regain. You don't need to lift super heavy to get results. You just need tension on the muscles, controlled movement, and consistency. That's it. The problem with fitness gurus, they promote extremes. Dead hangs for minutes, carrying your body weight in dumbbells for minutes, deadlifting 2 times body weight, back squatting 1.5 times body weight. When was the last time you had to lift anything that was your body weight for a long period of time? In the real world, never. These are unrealistic benchmarks that are driving people to injury. Even Dr. Gabrielle Lyons, who promotes these targets, is always injured. That's not longevity, that's ego lifting. And for most people, it leads to one thing: injury. Again, once you are injured, you stop training completely. Now, you've lost everything. So what should you actually focus on? The real longevity training pillars are stability, mobility, agility, movement quality, and body weight control. Master your body, don't destroy it. The key principle: you don't need pain and gain workouts. You need sustainable progress, and this is very important. Do not keep doing the same workout year on end. You have to change your workout. New exercises, new movement patterns, every 8 to 12 weeks. Like with nutrition, where you need a lot of different nutrients, same with exercise. You need to consume lots of different movement patterns to ensure a complete, well-functioning body. But you need to supply consistency for a while and then change. Your body has to adapt to that pattern so that it can improve before you move on. In Club Thrive, that's exactly what we do. Every 8 weeks, you get 8 to 10 new workouts to choose from. That's why my Club Thrive system is like no other coaching community. The key to great training is to train at a level where you feel better afterwards, not worse, not broken, and you focus on movement, not ego weight. That is hard for people to get around, but when you focus on movement quality, that creates better muscle activation. When you lift too heavy, you quite often sacrifice technique, so your muscle activation isn't the best. Proper technique is paramount. That is the one thing you need to focus on. Then load the movement, but just enough to send the message to the muscle to grow. It doesn't have to be ball busting, just enough to stimulate a bit of fatigue, and then you can repeat that session again soon after so that you signal to the muscle again, grow, then grow. None of these bro workouts where you're doing biceps one day and then you don't train them again for 7 days later. This is only for roided up idiots. We want to function better, live better, feel better, and this is the only way to go about it. The third factor for true longevity is one almost nobody is doing properly: stress. Stress is the real longevity and quality of life killer. Everyone talks about stress. The statistics on stress is crazy. Almost everyone is overstressed, but almost no one actually manages it properly. They say exercise helps stress, eat better, practice mindfulness. Yes, that's all true, but it's not enough, because stress isn't just physical, it's neurological and it's your nervous system. If you don't intentionally reset your nervous system, you stay stuck in high alert, constant tension, poor recovery, and mental fatigue. Even if you're doing the conventional everything right. So what do you actually need? You need to intentionally reset your system, not occasionally, but regularly. How do you do that? The first priority is sleep. Brian Johnson states that 75% of anti-aging and longevity benefits are based on sleep. Without good quality sleep, everything else is harder. The easiest and best practices include no food 4 hours before bed, no exercise 4 hours before bed, dim the lights 2 hours before bed. I personally use natural candlelight. It's kind of romantic even when you're alone, and it sets your brain up for sleep. Go to bed before 10 o'clock and sleep in a dark, cold room. Definitely no screens 1 hour before bed. This is the perfect time to journal, plan for tomorrow, or do a gratitude practice. This helps eliminate worry, anxiety, and overthinking about tomorrow, as you can rest easy knowing that you have a plan in place for when you wake up. These actions are the most profound things you can do for your health. Since intentionally focusing on the implementation of these into my routine, not only has my energy and my mental clarity improved, my blood work data has also dramatically improved. These are simple habits that cost you nothing. It's always easy to make excuses regarding sleep routine. I know, I did it for years. Sure, it gets disrupted at the weekend sometimes, or at special events, but as a whole, these actions as a regular routine have such a positive impact. I will never go back to my old habits, because these simple actions that are 100% under your control cost nothing and make you feel amazing. Another great thing to implement is to reset your frequency and brain state. Most coaches recommend meditation, and all the most successful people in the world meditate. If you have the time, because it takes a long time and a lot of practice, this is great. I personally don't have the time, I don't have the patience, and I don't have the capacity to reap the benefits from meditation. I tried for years and failed. So I looked for technology that could help me achieve the benefits of meditation and properly rest my nervous system and brainwave state to finally reduce stress and improve brain function. I've put a link in the description below for the technology that I use. Research has shown that just 20 minutes using this device reduces stress by approximately 39%. It truly has made a massive difference in both mine and my clients' lives. An intentional practice to calm the mind is essential for stress management. The third thing for stress management I recommend, which is backed by so much data and research, it just simply can't be ignored anymore. Sauna. Dry sauna has so much incredible data and proof for improved brain health and function, we can't ignore the positive impact sauna can have on your health and your quality of life. It's not just heat, but the time to just sit with yourself in an uncomfortable environment. This situation alone builds mental resilience. The formula for best results is intensity needs to be 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. Duration should be ideally 20 minutes, but 10 minutes has shown good benefits. Simply start where you can and build your tolerance up from there. Frequency, a minimum of 3 times per week as a starting goal. It's that simple and could truly be classified as a wonder drug. These stress resetting practices are where real longevity happens. Down-regulating your nervous system, shifting out of the survival mode, improving brain function, and enhancing recovery. Because if your internal system stays stressed, you age faster. It's that simple. So let's bring all this together. True longevity is not about living longer. It's about living better now. And when you do that, the future takes care of itself. The real formula: eat real nutrient-dense food. Don't worry about calories. Roughly monitor portion sizes and adjust to your results. Don't waste time calculating specific numbers. It's very hard to get too much real food that you put on fat. Train smart, not extreme. Focus on getting your steps and mastering movement. Control your stress system. Optimize your sleep and do things that recharge your body and mind. Because the goal isn't to simply survive longer, it's to feel energized, clear, strong, and confident every single day. This video isn't designed to give you the answers or the systems to solve your problems, but I hope the principles and ideas I've discussed resonate with you. If you're tired of doing the conventional everything right, but still not feeling great, take a look at my Club Thrive online membership. I know how frustrating following the conventional information feels. I used to do everything I was taught through my university degree, but it still ended up making me feel tired, slow, and just plain exhausted. If you feel the same, then it's time to change your approach, because tips on social media aren't enough. You need a system, a structured approach built around you, your body, your lifestyle, and your stress levels. Drop me a message and we can chat in more depth, or click the links below in the description to learn more. Because the sooner you start approaching this using a smarter method, your world will change. You'll start feeling better. You'll start living better, not later, right now. I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe and follow the channel, and I hope to see you here again soon.